So here are rules to writing a complete sentence, okay? We raised our hand. So we know some, our number one rule is going to be capital letter, okay? Number one rule on your thumb is capital letter. Does your sentence have a capital letter?
Does it have to be on your thumb? Because
yes,
what if you did it on the other hand?
It needs to be on your thumb.
On the other thumb then?
Yes.
Okay.
Number one, capital letter. Does your sentence have a capital letter? Capital letter. All right. Number two, okay? It's going to go on your index, your pointer finger, okay? It's going to go on your pointer finger. It's going to go on your pointer finger. Does your sentence have a subject? Does it have a subject? And then I'm actually going to put in parentheses noun, okay? So you know the subject means person, place, or thing. Does it have a subject? Does it have a noun, a person, place, or thing? All right, so that's 1 and 2. Capital letter, subject, noun. So now, number 3. It's going to go on your middle finger. Now, number 3. Does it have a predicate? Okay? Does it have a predicate? And a predicate, if we remember, that means verb. Okay?
Can I put the word verb instead of predicate?
No, sir, I would like you to write predicate and then verb in parentheses. There's a reason for why I want you to write it that way. There's a reason I want you to write it that way. Predicate is an important word that we need to know. All right, now we have capital letter, subject, predicate. Now we're going to our ring finger. And on our ring finger, our number 4 is going to be oh, hold on. Let me make sure I spell punctuation right. I was about to spell it wrong. Punctuation is always a very tricky word to spell, so that's why I always like to look it up. Because it doesn't sound the way it is spelled. Okay, so punctuation is on your ring finger.
I think I know the last one.
Awesome. Okay, hold on, we're getting there. Not there yet. Okay, now on our pinky, our very last one is gonna be complete thought. Okay, and underneath it, I want you to write, does it make sense? Okay, because that's kind of the big question is, does it make sense? Because if your sentence doesn't make sense, then it's not a complete thought. But it's called a complete thought. Okay, technical terms, it's called a complete thought. So we want to make sure we write down complete thought. But it's really, does it make sense?
Can you turn your paper sideways?
Yes, I can do that. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right, and then thumbs up when you're good with this, so then I can tell you what we're going to put in the middle of our palm. Awesome, I see some thumbs up. We're still waiting on about 5 or 6 people, so we're good. Keep going, y'all are awesome. I love how quiet we're being, and we're super focused. Awesome, awesome. Awesome. I'm going to give everybody 1 more minute, and then we'll move on to I'll tell you what's going to go in the palm of our hand. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn it. Okay, so in the palm of our hand, what I want us to do is, when I say, okay, when I say, give me 5, okay, give me 5. This is what I'm talking about. So whenever you're writing, whenever you're doing your writing, if I see that maybe you don't have some complete sentences, your sentences don't make sense, you're missing punctuation, I may say, give me 5, and have you repeat it to me. I may say, number 4, you know, and give you a hint as to what I feel like you might be missing. Yes, Aiden?
You know what else you need to, how good to write?
What?
Space.
You do have to have spaces, but so yes, but that's not necessarily going to go on our give me 5, because this is more or less what we need to make a complete sentence. And you do need spaces, but not you could technically make a complete sentence without putting spaces in the middle of it. You wouldn't be able to read it, but you could technically do it.
It's like if you didn't put any space and you put everything together, it would still make sense.
It would still make sense. It just wouldn't. It would still make sense. You just wouldn't be able to read it. So it's a little different. All right. And then what I want to do is I want to put 2 examples in our POM. Okay. I want to put 2 examples of a complete sentence in our POM because I want to make sure you have 2 really good examples. So whenever you're writing, you can kind of go, oh, hey, let me go back to get my Give Me 5 to my rules to writing a complete sentence and see what Miss Chandler said was a good sentence. So my example is going to be super easy. I walk to school every day. Okay? And then I'm going to put a check right here because that's a good sentence. So that's an example of a good sentence. I walk to school every day. And then we're going to do an example of a bad sentence so you know what a bad sentence looks like. So then you have both in your journal. Yes, Emily?
Do we get to make up our own examples?
Yes, but let's do mine first, okay? Do mine first, and then I'll let you make up your own. How about that? Okay? Because I do want you to have my examples first, just so then you know what it should look like. And then I'll let you make up your own. We'll do some more down here, like in our wrist, because we won't take up that much room. All right, and then we're gonna do a bad example. Sorry. So then we're gonna put an X, okay? Because we know that is a bad example. We talked about it earlier. We know that is a bad example. Okay, and when you're done with that, either on the side or you can do it in your wrist, wherever you want to do it, I want you to give me one of your own good examples and then one of your own bad examples. Okay? One of your own good examples, one of your own bad examples. Yes, Ali. Hold on, Walter. Hold on, Walter. Ali raised his hand. You gotta raise your hand. Yes, Ali.
Do we have to make our own example?
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Okay.
Yes, Walter. Now what?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Okay, well, if you don't want to make your own examples, you don't have to, but some of us wanted to make our own examples. So if you would like to make your own example, you're more than welcome. If you would like to make your own example, you're more than welcome. Okay, but this is our rules to writing a complete sentence. This is my Give Me 5. This is my Give Me 5.